The first article I chose to do was Beginning Courageous Conversations About Race. I chose this article because I felt like I could connect with it. This is the first class I really had to address certain issues that I've never really had talk about before. So, the way I'm talking about it is kind of the way we talked about it in class with the four main sections. So, the first section is Stay Engaged. And I found this to be really helpful for myself, and I could see myself applying it into the classroom. One of the main points was that silence does not always mean the students disengaged. It may mean like the students uncomfortable about talking about the issues and not really sure if their like comments or anything like that could really offend someone or be the wrong thing to say in the situation. I definitely think that I could connect with that, but there's different ways that the instructor or teacher can help students get through these like uncomfortable times. They could encourage like group involvement, group conversations, but I think we've had a lot in this class, and I definitely like could see that making students feel more comfortable. Also, they could give their opinions about how to talk about race. And instead of writing, you could talk about it because maybe you're not really sure how to get your words onto paper. And this could really like help the students become more comfortable. The next section was expect to experience discomfort. So someone like needs, in order to like not feel uncomfortable, they need to like admit that they are uncomfortable in the situation, so they don't appear to be uninterested or disengaged. And there's like a lot to learn, and it's okay to admit that you don't know anything, which also relates to the next section, speak your truth. And one of the examples they used was the trapeze artist, which I found to be really interesting and definitely connected to like being uncomfortable and trying new things. You need to like, they said like must let go of old rope to grab onto new one. So there will be moments of discomfort in the air, but that's just like part of learning. And so yeah. And the next section, speak your truth. It's important to share your thoughts and feelings on issues, and I found myself to becoming more comfortable doing that through this class, and like asking questions and encouraging the students to ask questions, because that's the only way you can learn and admit that you don't know everything. And it's okay to talk about something that, a topic that you're like unfamiliar with, and like show that you lack knowledge, because you can always learn more and stuff like that. And sharing the thoughts that come to mind, not holding back because you're too scared to say something and it may cause like a debate through class. And when someone is silent, and it doesn't really mean that they're lacking caring or empathy, it just means that they're not really sure how to talk about the topic. I definitely think like I experienced that through the class, just kind of sitting back and listening to what others have to say isn't always a bad thing. But also it's important that people share their views and don't stay silent. So it kind of goes back and forth. And so, yeah, I'm not really sure how you would go through like doing that, but and then the next, expect and accept a lack of closure. So I think we really experienced this through class a lot, and conversations about race usually provide no resolution because people always have different thoughts, and people aren't always going to agree on something. There's going to be disagreements. But it's important that there's like a facilitator, sorry, or someone to help the conversation continue, and try to find like the closest resolution that you can find. And then as teachers, we're not expected to be able to solve the problems we're still dealing with this through society. So, yeah.